Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the canyon. Welcome back to a relatively miserable day in terms of weather. But it is Sunday. Well, this is being recorded on a Sunday. Whenever you're watching it, it's that day. This is, of course, the 6 line. I'm still working with the format. This is the 6 line showdown, as was promised. The winner of Revenge of the 6 line, the Tranquish, versus Jake the Snake, who is hopefully going to get some redemption. We have indeed laid out 6 lines. We're doing a little tweak on the format again. I'm going to try to work from nearest to furthest. So we're going to start here. This little spot here in Drybone Valley will be gate 1. You start at the bottom, you work your way to the top. That's about it. Scoring will be the same. Haven't decided on a tweak to the score yet. We will do the same method of one guy goes first on odds and one guy goes first on evens. We will flip to choose odds and evens. We'll find a dry spot out here. And let us move on to the location of line number 2. Line number 2 is here at the edge of the loudest pond fountain in the world. Competitors, I realize now, once it's laid out, it could go either way. But as it was in my head, this line will progress from right to left, pretty much straight across. It doesn't look too bad, but it's overhangs and drop-offs everywhere. That one should be interesting. We're trying to start it off a little less spicy and hopefully end with the peppery stuff. Line 3 should be pretty much familiar. This is the gully, I guess I'm calling it, at Undertaker. I think it's the only layout that has more than start and a finish marker. This one has a center marker because we've noticed it's far too easy for competitors to come up here, go around, and then come back in. I want them to have to deal with that. So that is line 3 at Undertaker. Moving over to the obstacle, I am still trying to name for line 4. Line 4 is fairly short here, the backside of just behind Stutter Step. Small bit of trivia. This kind of boat prow shaped piece is where I had left a bunch of Portland in the little baby wheelbarrow. That guy right over there. And it got rained on and it formed into that solid thing. So that's basically the bottom of a wheelbarrow. I was like, I can't waste it. Just threw it into place. They will start here at the bottom, they'll progress to the top. These gates are pretty tight, particularly the one at the top. I figure once they've clawed their way up there, it's not really that difficult of a line. So we'll make it more difficult by making them have to squeeze through about I think it's around a 13-inch gate. So still wider than what the loons over there in Sorka have to deal with, but by canyon standards, that's pretty tight. Line 5 almost directly behind this pretty much near vertical ascent here at Leviathan. Start at the bottom, finish at the top. And for added degree of difficulty, we've got this just terrible. There's only 2 guys, but I'm gonna guess both of them are gonna hit that marker right there because I mean, like I said, when we get to the last ones, we don't want to go to a tie break because I'm afraid it's going to start raining again. And this will, with any luck, be the final line of the contest. Starting at this end, progressing across the top of the ridge here at Sultan's Curse. The other marker's kind of hidden down there on the backside. This one's going to be tough. If I can swing around this not too loudly, you can see the ridge is not an optimal situation. This one's about just who can stay up on top. And when we laid this one out, the hope was that it'll end in 6. So let's get the guys ready, get the cameras set up, and we'll get this underway. All right, a couple things to break down here. Off camera, I could not be bothered to set up to do a shot of me flipping a tire to see who goes first. Jake elected heads. It did indeed land heads, and then he chose to go first. So Jake will be the odd man running 1 through 5 first. Tranquilish will run 2, 4, 6. I'm running a sort of a 2 setup here. I need to try to get things as mobile as possible because I don't know what I did, but on Friday I pretty much wrecked my left arm, and like, it's not broken or anything, but I basically can't lift my left arm much above my waist, like something in the triceps. I don't know. All I know is it hit me in the middle of the night with a pain to such a degree that it woke me up. So long as I hold this controller below my waist, we're doing okay. But picking up things like tripods and moving them around is, I feel it. This is a tough entrance here. The conditions are also going to play a part here. See, the natural tendency is to try to go to the left of that marker. I think his rear view mirror is getting stuck. All right, Jake, just finish it. Finish it without flipping it. Oh, nice. Not as nice. Problem is that hold is really in a bad place under that sandstone. See it trying to roll him. Ooh, he's got some attitude there. Come on, push it down. If I do say so myself, for a person who cannot see the other marker, oh, that's nice. It's a nice little balance out. Let's hope. And I'm watching the microphone camera. This is like a behind the scenes episode here. The cameras are basically side by side. This one has a microphone in the hopes of isolating my audio a little better, as generally my biggest problem on any given day is the audio, but now we combine that with the elbow, and down he goes. Well done, Jake. Checked to make sure all of Tranquish's doodads, thingamabobs, and switchies are in the correct positions. Ooh, it's an interesting entrance there, Tranquish. Scorpios, I think we can all agree, a little bit tighter of a lug than what Jake has going on. This is a thumb dig. This is going to be, this will be the trickiest part of this afternoon's contest. The dig for Jake is a middle finger. You know what? We're behind the scenes. This is the dig for Jake. This is the dig for Tranquish. I should really get them like in agreement with one another. I'm gonna miss some digs. Yeah, the tight lug of the Scorpio is going to tend to load a little bit. Trying to get that nose to where it can bite anything. So far, Jake's strategy seems to be paying off. Tranquish is now going to try a little something different. Perhaps don't try to copy Jake's line. Ooh, that was an eject there. Yeah, he's really getting stuck under here. I'm not sure with the mud and him loading up like this. Get some wheel speed, come on. We'll give him another shot here over a little more right. All right, one. You can take it up through the gully one more time, buddy. But Tranquish is flailing a bit here. Scorpios, as you can see, Scorpios much happier when they are on rock. They don't care for the wet dirt very much. So we'll try to get him up and over here. Yeah, that was a lot better there. But I think that's a tap out. So very much unlike the previous 6-line contest, this one starts off with a pretty certain 3 points to Jake, 1 point to the Tranquish. Tranquish is hoping for a little less dirt and a little more rock on future obstacles. The Tranquish was quick to point out that we've already gone out of order on what gates were supposed to be what. To which I responded, I can barely remember where I am, much less what I'm supposed to be doing, so get out there and run the lines. No one's 100% sure if this is actually possible. I don't know where Tranquish hit a lot of water, but maybe cleaning some mud out of the Scorpios is going to help. Bit of slide there. Yeah, the Scorpio really prefers rocks. Marker has been ejected. He sort of clears that around. So after that, which wasn't terrible, just wasn't great, Jake should have a pretty good idea of what he needs to do here. Very similar power plants between the two. Copperhead in the Tranquish, vintage Mamba Max in Jake, but they are both running 1406 slates. They've both got Jake concepts all the way around, just Jake runs that mishmash. Little slide there on the hold, little boot on the lower marker. Differences are plentiful. Jake has got straight axles, basically SSD AR44s. Low speed control better on the Tranquish due to the gearing. They are running the same gearbox, but portals add that next level of gear reduction, which Jake does not have. I think Jake is probably going to opt for a hop and pop here. You can try to claw it. Sliding the belly really nicely there. He went big. He went big. But I don't know. I think they attacked that with equal aplomb. A slight edge to the Tranquish. Part of me wants to call this a tie. Part of me wants to give it to the Tranquish. And I think overall, I think the composure of the Tranquish is a little better. So we're at it again. This is the revenge all over again. 2 lines. It's tied 4-4. Let's be honest about it. I had every hope that confining this to 2 cameras and relying on active track would simplify the edit. I don't think he can dig up over that. Nope, he's going over marker 1. But I don't know how well the active track is working, or if I'm in the right mode or anything. So I'm just hoping that the positioning of the microphone is going to isolate me from the world's loudest fountain. There's that nose lift Jake tends to have. If I don't get that tire over, he's going to pop that front end, but he did. Now it's just if he's going to try to twist on us. Squirting out a little. Pretty nicely done, I must say. Oh, I was going to park him on top, but we should really just eject him out of the way for clear the room for the Tranquish. Tranquish lines up, just honestly hoping for a better approach. Keep a tire there to the right, sliding a little. I don't know if it's a suspension setup or the weight. Another small clip there. The Tranquish drives like he's lower than he actually is. That's really side-hilled, Tranquish. Really side-hilled. And just once his tires get a little moist, he's got to work a lot harder. Yeah, the Scorpios are not pulling over as well as a hunk hold. A lot of slip there. And through. But I'm going to say, provisionally for the moment, as I've said, my left arm doesn't work, so I'm trying to minimize everything. Moving, editing, everything. Edge back to Jake. So that's 3 lines. Jake leading 7-5. And I think it's that one on the unnamed over there. That's where we're going now. All right, on to gate, whatever number this is. Tranquish is going first, so I guess it's 4. The active track on the gimbal stopped working completely, so I just spent some time trying to figure that out to no avail. So we are on 2 static cameras. Tranquish is not having a good time here. I mean, he's got the angle. Did it just work again? That was Tranquish with a rear unlock there. If only that dig had pulled the nose, but it did not. He's having a real issue staying inside that marker. Then we went unlock the rear. I'm guessing that in the Revenge, it's a combination of conditions. and just the overall difficulty of the gates. Because Tranquish unable to complete line 4, but there is that chance that Jake likewise will not be able to complete line 4. His current setup, for whatever reason, makes him prone to lifting a wheel. Let's see how those holds do on that face down there. Same exact situation. So now we come to the hole in the format, which is if Jake cannot successfully pass this, and with how much that nose is sliding, he gets one more try at it. I don't think he's going to be able to pass it either. Do we give them both a 0 or do we give them both a 2? I'm guessing both a 0. Yeah, Jake's not making that. Absolutely no chance. 0-0, gate 4. They are both incapable of completing it. I don't know if it's just a little too wet, if it's a little too sandy, but that was a nothing. So we go into gate 5. Jake's still slightly in the lead, 7-5. That double fault on 4 is not without potential consequence, because if Jake wins 5, if he pulls line 5 better, Tranquish is mathematically eliminated. We don't even need to go to 6. But as I said, the lines keep getting more difficult. See if that hold can pull up on that bottom lip. Ton of steering angle there by Jake. Oh. Got it by the overhang there. Keeping his speed as low as possible. There's really, like, this ledge is an in-between. He's trying to position himself to pull it around from the left. He is really in a bad spot here. And he's upside down. This one, 5 might be worse than 4. Jake coming at it a second time. Let's see if he can find any sort of advantage here. Problem is when that nose end starts to get up, that rear end starts to cut loose. That's an 0 for 2. He's got one more shot. A failure here will leave the door wide open for the Tranquish, who honestly, the weight and the portals, if he's going to put them to advantage, it's going to be here. Come on, Jake. Not the spot to bump. So 0 for 3 for Jake. This is it, Tranquish. This is make or break. And this will, of course, the outcome of this this kind of determines the whole thing. We either go into 6 tied, or we go into 6 with a strong advantage to Jake. soon as that top tire starts to get some bite, the rear starts to fall. He knocked a marker and no one cares. It just might be too... The breakover is too abrupt. He's definitely more planted in. I think he's hoping to squidge that passenger rear around, not unlike that. He's still clawing on. That's at full steer there, and there should be a lot more wheel angle. Like a lot more. Yeah, he has almost double the amount of steering angle to the, like, he may have lost a servo horn as per the rules. Does he get one more try, or was that the first? He gets to go again, one way or the other. I honestly don't know if anyone short of Jolly Green can break this over. Yeah, there's definitely something servo horn / steering related, as now he's got more steering now. Push it this way. If we can get the belly out wider, we don't care about that marker. There's just a hollow there, and no one's escaping that hollow. Okay, might as well, you know, Tranquish, might as well go for it. Slipped out of a bumpable position, I think. Just hanging by a thread. And again, no steer angle whatsoever right there. He's developed some front end issues, it looks like. Perhaps something has come loose. He's gone. He's out of the line. I guess this is how you ensure we don't need to go to a 20-minute long tie break. Oh no. Dig has got nothing on this surface. As long as he's not upside down, he's still going. There's just so much push. And like that's full lock that direction. He's got double the steering to the right that he does to the left. I don't know what has happened. Yeah, he can't steer it. Got a C-hub just fully locked into place there, like he's mounted like a trophy. Little slide back. That is we're having some firsts today. That's a 00 on line 5. All that remains is the ridge at Sultan's Curse. That's number 6. This is line 6. This is the Tranquish. It might not look like it, but I still believe this is the worst of the lines because, well, as you can see, it's just a string of murder holes. And of course he's just gonna run it, isn't he? We've done it again. The rusty clockwork inside my head is already running, despite the fact that Jake hasn't even gotten out onto the line yet. We will see if portals made any difference. I would say a little. Yeah, the low speed control of the Tranquish is what's most notable here. Jake's a little jumpy. But does it? It was effectively the same. So, you know what we do for that? Let's run it backwards. Might as well. I don't know how it appears to anyone from the other side of the screen, but this format just genuinely seems fraught with issues. Okay, uh-oh. Oh, he stayed up. That was pretty impressive, really. Wow, Tranquish looked really good running that reversed. And then, come on. Rolls out of frame. Leading 7-5 coming into the final line. Jake here stands to lose on a sudden death technicality, which should just set the score to 8-8. But he has got to clear this line to keep the ball rolling. This is where the Tranquish tried to fall in. Jake staying up a good bit better, I think. Lack of portals there. Small issue. And through. Well, I just don't know. I don't know. The markers have moved. They're in the same obstacle group. That technically makes this line 7. So, we're just trying to make it to where we get a little more side hilliness in it, in the hopes that someone will fall off of this thing and we can go back inside. Come on, Jake, get a little bite. Unfortunately, what he's gotten himself into here is a position where he has got to climb back up to get through that top. As I was saying, he's got to climb back up to get through. That's a no for that one. So we're not doing multiple tries. We're going to go back and forth till somebody makes it. And if you land upside down, we consider that not making it. Having to use that mental art of focus again. Get it? There it is. Once again. He's going to get through. It's not going to end pretty. But he got through. I never consider any of it a waste. It's never wasted effort. We learn as we go. I think the format still needs pursuing. There you have your victor up at the top. In a tie break, it's technically tied on points, but it was so close all the way through that who had the edge here and there was minimal. I looked over the Tranquish's steering and everything looks fine. There's something must be binding. He's going to take a little bit more looking at. Jake did remarkably well compared to his last effort at this exact same sort of format. The format definitely still needs some work because with the 3-1, you know, if you add a 3 and a 1, you get 4. And if you add a 2 and a 2, you get 4. It's all basically, we've gone base 2, and it's far too easy to end up in a tie. So some tweaking will have to be done there. I mean, I guess you go 3-0, 2-0. I don't know. Some work need be done, but the Tranquish is the unofficial king of the 6 line, as he tied the first one and then won the second one and then won the third one. So he is the overall victor of this. I think Jake is vastly improved, though. He did much, much better. And he had tires more suited to the day. It wasn't until we got out onto just rough rock where the Tranquish really started to excel. The Tranquish is truly showing himself as not a trail truck. He does not go remarkably fast. He has an extreme amount of gear reduction. And those Scorpios out on rock, I imagine on something like a sandstone type surface, I think the Scorpios might be even better. I still say that the best dig combo that exists is what is fitted to Jake the Snake right now. He just couldn't quite come through. Once again, over a 2-pound differential between the two. The Tranquish is a significantly heavier rig. He's got a lot more stuff going on under the hood. Unlockable diffs and whatnot, and he did use those unlockable diffs a couple times, and it was close. It was real close. So we'll see how this format adapts. I'm glad it didn't start raining on me. My left arm is absolutely killing me, and I'm really wondering why the gimbal just stopped tracking halfway through. We'll figure that out at a later date. But that'll do it for this one, this iteration of the 6 line. Hello, B. We'll see what changes get instituted between the next, or I think what it comes down to, here I am freestyling, I think the 6 line format is optimally suited to 3 competitors. I think the 6 gate setup is much better. The 6 gate works up to about 4. It's 2 to 4 players, and in reality, you can do a 1-man 6 gate and still get a good idea of what's going on. I hope we got an idea of what's going on today. I'm gonna get these guys cleaned up and put away. I'm gonna do my usual stuff. It's right about that noon time for me to go indoors. I would love to be working on an obstacle, but I can't lift my left arm above my waist, so I've got that going for me. Thanks for sticking through this one, everybody. I apologize if I complained too much. It's muggy. Stuff wasn't working. My arm hurts. I hope that the outcome, I hope some of the shots are good. I'll find out in edit. And be sure to comment, like, subscribe, etc. And while you're at it, have a good one, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.